Hey, so I have been playing Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance for the past day, as it just came out yesterday. And I wrote some notes down. I've got about 6 hours in currently, I think, as of recording, maybe somewhere around there. I'll put it up on screen. But I wanted to just sit here, record a video with zero script. I just have notes written down on this Google Doc, and we'll see how this goes. So first thing I noticed just upon opening the game is that this new opening is insanely good. I didn't see it when they released it on the Atlus YouTube channel a few days before launch, but seeing it for the first time had me very hyped. It gave me vibes of like, you know, one of Atlus's PS2 games. Like it felt like an intro from that era, and I just really liked it. And then, like, you know, actually getting into the game itself, like, you notice it instantly, but, you know, the game obviously runs at a higher resolution and frame rate. I'm playing the game on PC, and I only have a 1080p monitor, so I'm only running it at 1080p as opposed to 4K, but it's still just a huge step up. It looks so much better than the original Switch release, and, like, it's just insane. Though a downside to me playing on PC, something I noticed was mainly early on. I haven't really seen it recently, but there's been some like shader compile issues with like stuttering. Like when it has to compile shaders, it does that Unreal Engine thing where it just kind of stutters for a few seconds. It's not like a huge deal, but it's something I definitely noticed when starting up the game. And it kind of went away after a while. Who knows if it'll pop back up, but I did notice that. On a related note with, you know, the resolution, I did notice the pre-rendered scenes are just taken from the original Switch release. It's pretty obvious how much of a lower quality they are. I kind of wish they re-rendered those because it's kind of obvious. It's not really that bad, but if I was playing this on like my PS5 on my 4K TV, I feel like I would have noticed that even more because like it's such a resolution drop. I wish they just went back, re-rendered those in like 1080p or 4K, and then it wouldn't be an issue at all. I also noticed fairly early on that the camera zoom option has just been completely changed from the original Switch release. Because I remember like in the original Switch release, you could just like zoom out the camera as far as you wanted. Well, as far as the game let you, but you had more freedom with it. And then here, there's just like 3 options. I think there's like wide, narrow, and standard, I think they're called. And I go with wide, obviously, because that's the widest view. But even then, it's still not as wide as I had it in the original Switch release. And I'm just like, man, I wish I could just zoom that out a little more. But nope, I can't, sadly. It's not a deal breaker. I could still play the game just fine. It's just a little odd to me. But actually getting into the meat of the game proper, I noticed immediately that they give you the option between the Canon of Creation and Canon of Vengeance routes, like, really early on. It's placed directly after the opening cutscene, but right before you name your protagonist. And I thought it was going to be a little later. I thought, like, they were probably going to place it a little bit after the first main boss, but no, it's just right there. You choose instantly from the get-go. Obviously, I went with the Vengeance route because I played, you know, the original SMT5 on Switch, but I was honestly just shocked that they let me pick that so early on. Speaking of some of the new content, the new girl, she's pretty cool so far. I haven't really had like a ton of screen time with her, but from the little bit that I've had, it's like she's an interesting character. She's pretty good. I don't really have any issues with her at all. And you get her pretty early on when you meet up with Atsuda, you know, at that train. Basically, she's introduced right there, and she becomes a party member with you, along with Atsuda for that fight. And I was like, whoa, okay, so we've got, you know, human characters as, you know, temporary party members. I'm pretty sure that was revealed in a trailer, but, like, having that introduced so early on into the new route was really cool. I really like this feature. Just, you know, gives us a little more to do with these characters. We get more time with them just by battling with them. And I think that alone is just going to make me like these characters more. You know, I'm going to be with them more often. So I'm hoping as I progress through the game, they're going to have, you know, more screen time, more to do. in this route, because that was one of my biggest problems with the original, was just the lackluster story and lackluster characters, and I can't wait to just have a story that is actually well crafted this time and characters that are more interesting this time. Those new demon haunts that you can go to also might contribute to this, because your human party members actually show up there too. So just, you know, talking to your demons, that's already going to get you more attached to them, but having those human characters show up there, you're going to get a little more screen time with them there, you know, whatever comments they make. And I really like that feature already. I think it's just a nice way to take a break from all the action, but, you know, just having those characters show up there too is going to make it, you know, a little more personal, and I really hope that helps towards, you know, the screen time for these characters. One of the things I loved originally in SMT5 was just exploring the world of Dot. It was so much fun. I got lost in that world. And, you know, they add a few new things in there to make it, you know, more interesting than it already was. You've got these grind rails, which are really fun. I mean, they're just scripted, so it's not insane or anything, but, you know, it's just cool. It looks cool, and, you know, you get, like, shortcuts in the world, and then, you know, it can also show off new places to explore that, you know, weren't there before. It's just a neat mechanic. Outside of that, there's not really a whole lot left. I did meet the first of the Kadistu. I think her name's Nama, and she's pretty cool from what I've seen of her. That boss fight with her absolutely demolished me. Several times. It took me several attempts to beat that, but yeah, she's pretty cool so far. I haven't met the others properly yet, but I'm excited to see what they're all about. Other than that, yeah, still got a lot more game left to go, and maybe I'll do a proper video on it eventually. But so far, I'm loving my time with Vengeance, and I can't wait to play more. Just see what this new canon of Vengeance route is all about. So far, it's really good. I'm hoping the story just, you know, gets even better. I want it to surpass the original, because that original game's biggest flaw was just the lackluster story and lackluster characters, as I said before. So hopefully it's all good in the end. We'll see. And I guess I'm gonna go back to playing more Vengeance now, because I am kind of addicted.